Hello, I am Lauren Maloney, and this is my paper on assessing learners. Assessing a learner, describe the assessment you observed. On Monday, November 7th at 10 to 10:25, I observed a K-1 special day class at Sumner Elementary School in Claremont Unified School District. The educator's name is Ivana Warrico, telephone number 909-398-0320. On this day, the students who seemed to be at different levels academically were doing a practice worksheet to work on building a sentence, which was going to be something that they were going to be tested on for state testing. The teachers gave each student a worksheet and also had it projected on the board so that she could demonstrate how to complete the paper. The teacher demonstrated first what to do, and then the students followed her direction. After that, each student was to cut out 5 little squares off the bottom of the page, each with different words. After that, the students were to organize the squares into a sentence and then actually write the sentence they had constructed. The teacher and the aides walked around looking at the students' work, helping other students more than other students with the assignments. After the assignment was finished, they collected the worksheet to keep for her records. It seemed to be that some students had trouble just cutting, while others were able to follow along with just the example provided. Align the assessment you observed with the types you have read about. We have learned about several different assessments that an educator can use to assess their students. OB and SAP describe assessment in an educational setting to be testing, interviewing, and observing the students. While observing in the class, I felt that the teacher was using a diagnostic assessment to assess the students in the class. I watched as a teacher gave all the students the same paper to see where they were at individually in sentence structure, which is something that will be required of them in upcoming testing. OB and SAP discuss how the main reason for such an assessment is to find out what the students already know and what they need to know before the actual instruction. It seemed that the teacher was using the approach to make her assessment and learn where she could focus for certain students so that they can succeed in their learning. Agreeing with the educator's assessment strategies. After learning about the options for assessment, I do agree with the educator's assessment strategies. In special education class, you have several different students who are all at different academic levels and have different needs. So it is important that the teacher assesses where each student is in regards to certain subjects. OB and SAP stated that the diagnostic assessment is critical to creating instructions that will meet the needs of students in the class. So in this case, when the teacher knows that the students are going to be tested on writing a statement sentence, she decided to assess where they were in that process of forming a sentence and what needed to be worked on for each student. Being able to see where each student is in their learning helps the teacher know how to structure her lessons to benefit each student. The teacher was also able to use this worksheet to assess more than just the student's sentence structure. For example, she was able to assess where the students are at following directions, writing their names, cutting, and gluing, allowing the teacher to look at multiple areas at once. Other strategies or additional strategies. Additional strategies that I would possibly use in this setting would be a formative assessment. OB and SAP describe formative assessment as an assessment that is kept over time with results and observation being kept by the teacher. For example, if you were to give each student a piece of paper to write their alphabet on and then keep it and have them write it again later, you would be able to note the progress or areas that needed to be looked at and worked on. I think it is important to keep track of students' work for the teacher's knowledge, as well as being able to share with the parents or show them where they're at with their child's work.